you might think that you're listening to two lunatics this morning when you hear this story, or perhaps that you got a little Schindler's List at Christmas and it's still hanging in your system. But what we're about to tell you is true. Two residents enjoying a Christmas Day stroll yesterday at Heidelberg Heights found a what, Kate Stevenson?
They found a crocodile in the front of a medical centre. A 1 metre crocodile, I believe, was the measurement, Justin.
Answering to the name of?
Tom.
Tom.
Snappy Tom.
Mark Pelley is on the line, who is the snake hunter, but not today or not yesterday. Today he's the crocodile hunter. Hello, Mark.
Good morning, how are you?
Oh, please tell us this story. Please tell us it's all true.
It's all true. Last night at about 9:20, I got a phone call. It said, Mark, this is Victoria Police. There's a crocodile walking through the street and currently out front of a medical centre. Now, this is a phone call I've always been waiting for.
Yes. Slide down the pole, get in the Batmobile and go after him. Yes.
So I head down to the medical centre on the corner of Waiora and Southern Road in Heidelberg, and I find 5 police members being stared down by a decent-sized crocodile, about 3.5 foot. And the crocodile wasn't back down. I had my friend with me who stood in front of the crocodile to distract it. I tried to throw something over its eyes to cover it, so that way I could calmly capture it. However, the crocodile was a bit too smart for the both of us, decided to run off into the bush, so I just dived forward, captured it by the tail, picked it up, and did what any sensible person would do, and put it into a box.
So, Mark, have you ever been called out for a crocodile before?
First time ever.
Wow.
Here in Melbourne.
And I know this is a stupid question. Okay, I'm going to ask it anyway, Mark. Let's be honest. Is there any way of telling that it is a pet? Like, I assume it doesn't have a collar on, or it didn't kind of come or sit or whatever it might be. Are we just assuming that surely it has to belong to someone?
Microchipped.
Microchipped. It's either somebody's escaped pet, or it hitchhiked a ride from far up north, or perhaps someone kept it illegally and decided they didn't want it anymore because it was starting to get too big.
Yeah, that's it. So what do you do with it now while we try and find the owners?
Good question, actually. I'm actually going to let the Department of Environment know, so that way they can decide what they want me to do with it.
Mark, please tell me, because I'm getting a mental picture in my mind, please tell me that the police had their weapons drawn when they were standing around that crocodile.
No, they didn't. They were very sensible.
Did they have any tasers drawn while they were standing around that crocodile?
No, they were very sensible. They were just keeping a good safe distance from it to make sure that they and the crocodile weren't going to be hurt by anybody.
Well, in all seriousness, 96900 693, does anyone know someone who keeps a crocodile as a pet in the Heidelberg Heights or Heidelberg area? 96900 693. We would love to find out Snappy Tom's real name and reunite him with his owners. But well done, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Are you changing the name of the business, Mark? Listen, Mark, before we go there, please give your business a big plug. Go ahead.
Sure. So, my name is Mark. I'm otherwise known as the Snake Hunter. I'm a 24/7 snake catcher, all suburbs of Melbourne.
And you want to give your phone number out?
Definitely, 0403 875 409, and I'm available all throughout the Christmas and New Year period.
Good on you, mate. You're wonderful. Thank you very much.
Now, how's this for the best line of the year in a police media release? Now, this is fair income. The release ends saying, and I quote, "Anyone missing a crocodile, please contact Crime Stoppers." Yes, I am being serious. This is a great story. A couple taking a Christmas stroll in West Heidelberg, of all places, last night found a 1 metre long saltwater crocodile in the front yard of a local business. They called police, and the police called Mark Pelley, also known as the Snake Hunter. Now, he spoke to 3AW Breakfast this morning, but there have been developments. So we thought we'd get Mark back on the line. Mark, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. How are you going?
Good indeed, thanks. We'll backtrack on the story in a second.
Sure.
But you've got this crocodile with you. You appear on 3AW Breakfast. You say, anyone who is missing a crocodile, give me a call. What actually happened?
A few people, 4 people have actually contacted me, each claiming that they own the crocodile themselves. One person in particular said, "Don't worry about the authorities, just hand it over and I'll take it off your hands." So I've decided that I'm not going to hand it to an individual. I'm going to return it to the Department of Environment tomorrow, and any individual making claim for the crocodile can prove its ownership to them.
Yeah, well, were you surprised that there were 4 people who claimed ownership of this thing?
I was a bit surprised at the people coming forward, some of the claims being made, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure the animal's best interest, the animal welfare is taken care of. That's why I'm handing it into the Department of Environment.
Why would anyone? I mean, clearly, only if the true owner is one of the four, clearly at least three people have lied, and they want a crocodile. Why would anyone want a crocodile in suburban Melbourne?
They're quite expensive, and they're also hard to get a hold of, so they're quite valuable. You could look at maybe between $1,000 to $2,000 for a crocodile like this. And also they're hard to get a hold of as well. So they're quite in demand in Melbourne in the reptile keeping community.
So legally, can you actually own a saltwater crocodile in Melbourne?
Oh, sorry, just to clarify, it was a bit of a mistake there. It's actually not yourself, it's a freshwater crocodile.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I know the police says saltwater, but it's a freshwater crocodile. You can legally own one in Melbourne if you have appropriate training and licenses to do so. So you need an advanced wildlife license, which not many people have. So I have a pet crocodile, but I've got the appropriate licenses for it. And anybody who owns this crocodile will need to demonstrate that as well.
Okay, and that's why you've done the right thing, and you've gone to the government officials and rangers and everything, said, obviously you guys have to work out who's got the appropriate permit, who actually belongs to this thing. Did anyone who called up, any of the four people, actually tell you what the name of the crocodile was?
One person did, but I've forgotten already because I've had quite a few conversations. But yes, I did have a name for it. I can't remember what it was, though, sorry.
Okay, no problems. Now let's backtrack. Just quickly explain, how was the crocodile found and how did you get involved?
Not a problem. So at 9:20 last night, Christmas Day, I got a phone call from Victoria Police. They said, Mark, there's a crocodile walking through the streets of Heidelberg. Can you come and get it? And to me, this was my Christmas present all in one. So I was waiting for this call. So I head out there. I found 5 police officers having a stare down with the crocodile. I tried to cover its eyes with a jacket, so that way I wouldn't be scared when I picked it up. Unfortunately, the moment I did so, it darted towards the bushes and towards the road. I couldn't let it do this, so I had to dive forward, capture it by the tail, at which point it put up quite a significant struggle against me, trying to bite my arm, but thankfully it didn't. I successfully put it into a box, sealed it up, and the crocodile was caught safely, and everyone else was too.
Could it be dangerous, a 1 metre long freshwater crocodile wandering the streets of Melbourne? Could it be dangerous?
It would be dangerous for pets that try to go up and sniff it, and I imagine a lot of dogs would because it's just different. Also, it could be dangerous for small children or anybody who tries to handle it. But if you leave it alone, call myself or a snake catcher to come out, then it should be fine.
And 9:20 on a Christmas night,
yes.
Someone who says they're a police officer calls you and say, we need you to come out and pick up a crocodile in West Heidelberg. Did you actually stop and think, someone is pranking me here?
It did cross my mind, but I thought it'd be worth it. If I can catch a crocodile on Christmas Day, it'd be my Christmas Day come true. It'd be everything that I want, all in one.
And is this the first time you've ever had to do this in suburban Melbourne, Mark?
That's correct, yes. First time we called for a crocodile calling through the streets of Melbourne, that's for sure.
And how's the crocodile going now?
He's currently walking around on my lounge room floor. He's perfectly happy. He's just waddling around, has a bit of a drink, and he's enjoying himself.
Just out of interest, how does your crocodile, which is your pet, react to someone else coming into his turf?
Oh, I make sure I keep them apart from each other. Otherwise, it would be an unfriendly fight between the two of them.
And what is the appeal of having a pet crocodile? Because I can't imagine they're the most cuddly things in the world.
Not cuddly at all. Some people like it for the image. I like it because I actually do reptile shows. I go around and let people pat the animals or hold the animals. So that's why I have a pet crocodile. But other people like to do it for the image or because it's cool. It's really cool to own a crocodile.
Do you think your pet crocodile loves you?
I wouldn't think so for a second. I think it would eat me given the opportunity.
Hey, Mark, yeah, lovely pet. Good on you. Mark, fantastic to speak to you. It is an amazing story, and we will follow up and see eventually what happens to this particular crocodile once you give it to the Department of Water and Planning and whatever else DWELP now stands for, and see what his future is. Thanks for being such a good sport. Mark Pelley, also known as the Snake Hunter.